All right, so solving one-step multiplication equations, so just like adding and subtracting, when we did the opposite operation, we're going to do the same thing. And so remember that when we have a number next to a variable, that means multiply. So we're going to do division. So we would divide by 3 on both sides. 15 divided by 3 is 5, so x equals 5. Moving on to example number 2, dividing by 11. So x equals 5. All right, so going on to then the next set of examples, you're going to have some decimals. And so if you divide by 1.7 on both sides, you need to remember that when we are dividing with decimals, it's 8.5 on the inside divided by 1.7, 1.7 and we need to move this decimal here. So we end up having two whole numbers that we're dividing, and when you do that, b equals 5. Same thing goes for the next example. If I'm divided by 1.5 or 6.5, 6.15, y ends up equaling 9. And that would be your final answer. So then going on to the next examples, you have some fractions. Fractions actually can be really easy because there's something that we've done in the past when we were multiplying or dividing fractions that we can do now. So we can multiply by the reciprocal. So this is 1/4. If we multiply by 4/1, that would actually get these to cancel and ones to cancel, so we would be left with e. So multiply by 4/1, and then you can simplify here. This would be 2, and then e equals 2. For the bottom example, same thing, multiplying by the reciprocal. You can divide, but dividing fractions, you have to remember you need to keep, change, flip. And if we just flip this right away, it's the same thing and you save yourself 2 steps. The 5s would cancel, so I'm left with 3/2, which I know is an improper fraction that I need to make to 1 1/2 equals g. And that would be my final answer. Then one story problem that you have for multiplying. And so remember, we're going to want to make sure that our variable is right next to our coefficient, which is the number. So in 2004, Penn Hadow and Simon Murray walked 680 miles to the South Pole. The trip took 58 days. Suppose they traveled the same distance each day. Write and solve a multiplication equation to find about keyword here, about how many miles they traveled each day. So I would use m equals miles. And then I would do 58m equals 680. And then dividing by 58, m equals 11.7. And so when we see that this keyword about, we would use 12 equals m as our final answer. All right, so use this for your one-step multiplication assignment if you need more examples.